Hello everyone! Today we'll be taking a closer look at the Galactic Empire fleet from the Star Wars universe, from the massive Star Destroyer to the small but deadly TIE fighters. The Empire's fleet is a force to be reckoned with, so let's jump right into the analysis. Before we review the array of different classes, let's analyze the technology and weapons used within the fleet. The most iconic of these weapons are the turbo lasers, which are massive energy weapons that are capable of delivering devastating blows to enemy ships. These weapons are mounted on both Star Destroyers and space stations, and are capable of taking down even the most heavily armored ships. Another weapon used by the Empire ships is the ion cannon. These weapons fire charged particles that disable the electronic systems of enemy ships. Finally, let's talk about the communication and sensor systems used by the Empire's ships. These systems allow the ships to communicate with each other and with the command centers on planets and moons. Additionally, they allow the ships to scan the surrounding area for enemy ships and other objects of interest. The sensors are particularly important for Star Destroyers, as they allow the ships to detect even the smallest enemy ships and engage them with deadly accuracy. Now let's review the different classes of ships within the Galactic Empire. We will mainly focus on the commonly used vessels within their fleet to give an accurate impression. The Empire preferred to use the same model for every engagement. During the Clone Wars, the Republic would use a array of specialized ships, but once the Empire started, they preferred to use vessels that were powerful enough to get them out of any situation, such as the Star Destroyer. We'll first start reviewing the smaller vessels first, and then work our way up to larger classes of ships. First, let's talk about TIE fighters. These small but incredibly maneuverable fighters are a staple of the Empire's fleet. The fighter is equipped with laser cannons, and with its speed it helps make the vessel deadly in dogfights. While they lack shields and hyperdrives, they make up with speed, firepower, and quantity. Due to the simplicity of the vessel, the cost of the fighter is extremely low, which allowed the Empire to build enough TIE fighters to overpower well-built ships, such as the X-Wing. The TIE Fighter has an array of other types of ships that have a similar design, such as the TIE Interceptor, the TIE Bomber, and the TIE Striker. First up, we have the TIE Interceptor. This ship was designed to be faster and more maneuverable than its predecessor, with 4 wingtip laser cannons and 2 chin-mounted laser cannons. The Interceptor also features a unique arrowhead shape that allows it to cut through space with ease. Piloting the Interceptor can take some skill, as the speed and agility can be difficult to master, but once you do, you'll be able to outmaneuver most enemy ships and take them out with ease. Next up, we have the TIE Bomber. This ship was designed for one purpose: to deliver a payload of bombs to enemy targets. The bomber is heavily armored, with 2 forward-mounted laser cannons. It also has a payload of proton bombs and concussion missiles. Flying the TIE Bomber takes a different approach than an Interceptor. You'll have to keep your distance from enemy ships and focus on dropping your payload on the target. The bomber's durability and firepower makes it a formidable opponent in any battle. Finally, we have the TIE Striker. This ship was designed for atmosphere combat and the capability of flying at high speeds and making quick turns. It's armed with an array of laser cannons and a concussion missile launcher. Flying the TIE Striker takes some getting used to, as its design is optimized for atmosphere combat rather than space combat. But if you're looking to take the fight to enemy on the surface of the planet, the Striker is the ship for you. Now let's take a closer look at 2 of the Galactic Empire's most iconic shuttles, the Lambda-class T-4a shuttle and the Zeta-Class Imperial Shuttle. First up, we have the Lambda-class T-4a shuttle. This ship was primarily used for transportation and cargo delivery, but it can also be outfitted with weapons for defensive purposes. The Lambda features 2 forward-facing double laser cannons, 2 forward-facing wing-mounted double cannons, and a retractable rear-mounted double laser cannon. Piloting the Lambda is a straightforward experience. It's a reliable and sturdy ship that can get you and your cargo from point A to point B without much trouble. It's also a common sight around Imperial bases and Star Destroyers. Next, we have the Zeta-Class Imperial Shuttle, or also referred to as the Zeta-Class Imperial Heavy Cargo Shuttle. This ship is primarily used for transporting high-ranking Imperial officers and diplomats. The Zeta-Class features 2 wing-mounted heavy laser cannons and 3 hull-mounted laser cannons. Piloting the Zeta-Class is a different story compared to the Lambda. It's more of a delicate ship that requires a skilled pilot to navigate, but once you're able to master its handling, you'll be able to transport VIPs across the galaxy in the safety that the vessel provides. Next on the list are the 3 iconic Imperial Cruisers from the Galactic Empire fleet: the Arrestor Cruiser, the Imperial Light Cruiser, and the Gozanti class cruiser. In many ways, the cruisers are the backbone of the Empire, able to patrol the far reaches of the Empire's territory where vessels like the Star Destroyers would be unable to due to its high demand. First up, we're looking at the Arrestor Cruiser. This ship is primarily used for law enforcement and introduction duties. It features a tractor beam that prevents other ships from escaping, an array of lasers and ion cannons. Piloting the Arrestor Cruiser is a challenging experience. Its large size and lack of maneuverability makes it a sitting duck in dogfights. However, the tractor beam is a powerful tool that can be used to disable fleeing ships. Next on the list is the Imperial Light Cruiser, or also referred to as the Aquitans-class command cruiser. This ship is a smaller, more maneuverable alternative to a large Star Destroyer. It features turrets, laser batteries, missile launchers, and a hangar bay for TIE fighters. Piloting an Imperial Light Cruiser is a more nimble experience than piloting a large Imperial ship. Its weapon systems are powerful enough to take on most enemy ships, and its TIE fighter's complement provides the added firepower. Finally, we have the Gozanti-class cruiser, or also referred to as the Gozanti-class armed transport. This ship is smaller and a more versatile cruiser that can be used for a variety of tasks, including cargo transport, patrol, and reconnaissance. It features 4 laser cannons, proton torpedo launcher, quad laser cannons, and TIE fighters. Piloting the Gozanti-class cruiser is a straightforward experience. This vessel can act as a freighter or cruiser depending on its usage. Its weapon systems are less powerful than the Imperial Light Cruiser, and it relies on TIE fighters for the added firepower and support. Now we finally reach the main vessels within the Galactic Empire. These ships are the hammer of the Galactic Empire and were created to crush any uprising that occurs. First up, we have the Imperial-class Star Destroyer. These ships are the backbone of the Imperial fleet and are used in a variety of tasks, including space combat, planetary bombardment, and troop transport. It features numerous laser cannons, ion cannons, and tractor beams. Piloting the Imperial-class Star Destroyer is a challenging experience. Its large size and lacking maneuverability makes it vulnerable to attack from smaller, more nimble ships. However, its numerous weapon systems make it a formidable opponent in battle. Next up, we have the Super Star Destroyer. This ship is the largest and most powerful ship in the Imperial fleet. It features numerous laser cannons, ion cannons, and tractor beams, as well as a complement of TIE fighters and ground assault vehicles. Piloting the Super Star Destroyer is a massive undertaking that requires a highly skilled crew. Its sheer size and power makes it an intimidating sight on the battlefield, and its TIE fighters' complement and ground assault vehicles makes it a force to be reckoned with. Of course, before we continue with the rest of this video, let's give an honorary mention to the Death Star. Even though the Death Star is not a ship, it's one of the Empire's most powerful weapons that they possess, and you really can't create a video talking about the Empire without mentioning the Death Star. When it comes to the Galactic Empire's fleet, they have several strengths and weaknesses, which influence their effectiveness in maintaining control over the galaxy. Their 4 main strengths are: 1. Advanced technology. The Galactic Empire fleet is equipped with advanced technology including hyperdrives, deflector shields, and powerful weapons, which allow them to engage in space combat with devastating effect. Their ships are often larger, better armed, and more heavily armored than those of their opponents. Number 2. Large size. The Empire had a vast array of ships, including starfighters, cruisers, destroyers, and superweapons. Their sheer size and numbers allows them to project their power across the galaxy and maintain order and stability. Number 3. Skilled personnel. The Empire fleet was staffed with highly trained and skilled personnel, including pilots, gunners, and support crews. They were fiercely loyal to the Empire and its cause. They were often better trained and better equipped than their opponents, which gave them an advantage in combat. Of course, this advantage was usually up to debate due to the stormtroopers' lack of skill in hitting a target. Number 4 and the last advantage is intimidation. The Imperial fleet's sheer size and power and reputation for ruthlessness and brutality made them an intimidating force to be reckoned with. This often caused their opponents to surrender or fleeing rather than risking engaging in battle. When it comes to their weaknesses, there are also 4. Number 1 is their overconfidence. The Empire's reliance on advanced technology, large size, and skilled personnel often led to overconfidence and complacency. This made them vulnerable to surprise attacks and guerrilla tactics, which their opponents often employed. Number 2 would be vulnerability to smaller ships. Despite their size and power, the Empire's ships were often vulnerable to attacks from smaller, more agile ships, such as starfighters. This was especially true for the Imperial-class Star Destroyer, which were larger. Number 3 would be centralized command. The Empire's fleet was controlled by a centralized command structure, which made it vulnerable to being disabled or destroyed by a single well-placed attack. This was demonstrated when the Rebel Alliance destroyed the Death Star by targeting a vulnerable exhaust port. Number 4 and the last weakness is the lack of flexibility. The Empire's reliance on centralized command structures and the standardization fleet components that made them less flexible and adaptable to changing situations. This often was exploited by their opponents, who were able to take advantage of the Empire's predictability and lack of creativity. Overall, while the Galactic Empire had a highly advanced and formidable fleet, their weaknesses ultimately led to their downfall. They were defeated by a combination of guerrilla tactics, surprise attacks, and the Rebel Alliance ingenuity. Let me know in the comment section below which ship is your favorite. If you enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe, and don't forget to click on the notification button to keep yourself updated with my channel. For more sci-fi content, then please check out these other 2 videos and my socials. Thank you for watching Utopian broadcast, and I'll see you next time on my channel. Thank you.